Hello, everyone. Look up Light here, or well, I used to be Look up Light, but I'm Double Blight now. But you get the drift. Anywho, as you can see, I am in a different room because I'm currently in Texas, or as my ex liked to call it, Texas, because she hated living in the state. But yeah, they delayed this episode for a week, and having traveled through everything, I can see why. Because oh boy, it was bad. Like I have never seen snow in Texas in my entire life, and I've been here a fair few times, so. Yeah, it was something. Traveling through most of my trip from where I'm at to where I am now in Texas, it wasn't bad. But when I got to Louisiana, oh, Louisiana got it fucking bad. Like Louisiana, I thought I was gonna die at least like 3 fucking times. Um, I'm looking at my bed and it's a fucking mess. So I must look like a slob right now. But yeah, the room I'm in is not bad. The AC's garbage. The bed itself's not bad. But I am missing home. I am missing my cat too. So for this reaction, obviously I'm going to be in Texas. You're going to see me in this little hotel room I'm staying in. Next reaction, I might still be in this hotel room. I don't know because that's also the day I got to leave. But I think what I might do is just shoot my reaction, get it all saved and whatnot, and then dip out. So that way, I don't have to worry about it when I get back. I can just chillax. So, this episode is called Ultimatum, and I think I saw Ironwood on the thumbnail. Um, episode 9 was a huge step up from episode 8, and like I said with episode 8, like I get why the Hound died. It made a lot more sense the more I thought about it. When it had that huge statue pushed on it, the human body part was actually affected. So it's like the grim aspect of it was a shield. And so, if the actual human body within it, or Fauna's body, I guess you could say, if it gets penetrated or stabbed or whatever, then the Grim dies. So it's like they found the weakness is the core, because I believe in the wiki it says like the Fauna's guy that was in the Grim was the core. As far as Whitley and Willow getting it as a summon, I'm doubting it because I would think they would get whatever the base form of the Grim was, not the Hound, because I think it turned into a Hound because I believe like everybody and their mother, including myself, thought that the faunus was a fox, but apparently it was a dog. It was a dog faunus. So I don't know. I guess that throws in the theory that what if it's only silver-eyed faunus? Although that's a little too nuanced, even for Ruby, um, for that to be a thing. But I think it's more about the silver eyes. So if Summer Rose were to be one of them, because the way Salem responded to Yang in episode 9, it made me think like, she was like, oh, her again. It's like, this one keeps being brought up. And I'm thinking like the Hound was just the first one she completed. And now she's like beta testing it, and the Hound was the beta test. And for the most part, it was a success. It's just, Silver Eyes, ironically, were the problem. And, you look at the Hound as like the ultimate corruption of Silver Eyed Warriors because it's turning a Silver Eyed Warrior into a Grim. Um, but yeah, also I'm doing this with one monitor. I wanted to set up my second monitor, but I'm like, yeah, there's no fucking point. I can manage with one monitor. Like using two monitors is a lot easier, but you think about all the technical difficulties I've had. Is it really that much easier? Is it really? Um, but yeah, episode 9 I thought was a huge step up from episode 8. Episode 8 was fine. It was good. I didn't really have any complaint other than like they're saying it's like horror. I'm like, I didn't really feel horror. I felt more like suspense, like tension. Sure, but I wasn't feeling like scared for anybody. I didn't think anybody was gonna die. I was thinking like I don't know, they beat the Hound and get away, or something else happens. But I was like, I don't think Willow's gonna die. I don't think Whitley's gonna die, especially with how much they're developing Whitley and how much they could develop Willow, because I felt like it would be stupid to reintroduce her into the volume or into the series just to kill her in the episode you reintroduce her to. I'm like, nah, not happening. That and Ruby's been fairly conservative about killing characters. Speaking of killing characters, I'm presuming Hazel dead until proven otherwise. Like, I think he might be dead. Um, and it wouldn't make sense because it was a good redemption arc for him. Because like we got all we needed out of him. Although I forgot who it was. I think it was it's the something critter. I'll leave a link to I believe it's a she. I'll leave a link to the channel down below. Matter of fact, I'll leave a link to the video down below because they make great content. I'm assuming it's a chick though. Like I don't know. But anyways, that's not important. What is important is what they said. And they said like they liked a lot of what happened, but how we got there is the problem. I was like, yeah, actually I kind of get that. I get that too. Like what we got was great, but how we got there is different. So, like the pacing felt a little off, and I was like, yeah, I kind of agree. Um, but yeah, it's like I like what I got, but I felt like the writing so far, at least for this volume, it's more concerned about the destination and not the journey to the destination. Like volume 7 kind of had that same problem because I forgot who said it. But like volume 7 felt like 26 episodes crammed into 13. I'm like, yeah, I could see that because you could have made volume 7 easily a 2-parter volume, or you could have made it 26 episodes, but their production schedule, I guess, didn't permit that. So, excuse me, sorry. Um, so yeah, but anyways, I've been around for holy shit, 5 minutes, man. I'm gonna leave a timestamp so you guys can just like you want to just watch me react and just jump into the timestamp. But anywho, so this one's at 143, so I'll hit you first, you second, and then I'll slap you to the right. Provided I can fucking do it right this time. Boom, Dunskies. So, wow, I haven't seen Ironwood in a hot minute.
Sir, we have confirmation that Dr. Watts has escaped military headquarters with the assistance of Cinderfall. We do have Jacques Schnee in custody.
I don't give a damn about Jacques Schnee.
Nobody gives a damn about Jacques
What about
Schnee.
the other two?
Sir, Bronwyn and Hill have
Okay, there's like a
evaded
millisecond
capture.
delay.
But we are monitoring every exit.
He just fucking tackled him as a bird. Okay, that was a fucking quick choke out.
Search everywhere for them. Do not return to this office until you have Crow Bronwyn in custody.
Okay, so the visual quality might be a little bit bad. Because I'm seeing it stutter. That's because the Wi-Fi here is shit. But the audio should be on point.
What's the status of our...
What the fucking nuclear launch detected. I've been trying a lot of comparisons between this, StarCraft, and Mass Effect 3. Actually, yeah, this piano music's making me think of the end of Mass Effect 3, where you have that big explosion. Holy shit, was that... I'm assuming that... I mean, yeah, obviously that was an Oscar, because we saw that big flash at the end of Episode 9. Holy shit, like... Dude, how many Grim did this fucker just kill? Like, he just fucking broke the Grim kill count. Oh, wow. Headshot. Monster's gone. Fucking Neo just... Tra-la-la-la-la, I'm a little Dutch girl dressed in blue.
Is everyone
Speaking of
alright?
Mass Effect 3,
No injuries
she's got
here.
the Shepherd armor.
What?
What? I can't hear you. I'm deaf.
They were still inside.
Oh, Meryl, I'm such a good boy. Yeah, I don't have my croak. I've got these boring-ass Red Solo ones. Now that's a rib cage. Baby back ribs. But holy shit, Oscar! Like,
Destroyed. Good work, but no time to celebrate. Return to the academy at once. We've got a new problem.
the jailbirds are free.
But that wasn't us.
True.
Then we can tell him in person. Load it back up. We're leaving.
My frame rate is bothering me so much. I don't know if you guys can tell. Maybe it'll be better in the recording. Like, it might just be XSplit. Looks a little post-apocalyptic like that.
Did anyone respond?
They're all dead, Jim.
No.
Well,
Oh, God.
she'll come back. In the interim, we need a plan.
Plan? The plan hasn't changed. I'm going to rip the maiden power out of Penny Polendina.
Because it worked for you the first 2 times.
I beg your pardon?
Yeah, for real, what?
You said in your message that you have control over Penny.
I said I had Penny under control, not that I could telekinetically force her to do whatever I want.
What?
I implanted a
Cinder,
virus
pay attention to the
in her,
details.
you dimwit. She's on
Call
the
her
set
Tim.
path
She
now.
is kind of stupid.
At least she should be.
I mean, in Volumes 1 to 3,
As
she was
much
kind
as
of
I
smart.
hate
At least
to
she
admit it, there
presented
seems to be
herself as
some
being
part
smart.
of her capable of resisting. Regardless, it's only a matter of time before her mechanical body succumbs to the virus. She'll open the vault, then she'll destroy herself, and our little Penny problem will be...
What do you mean she'll destroy herself? How am I supposed to take her power if she's dead?
You know, it's impressive that you haven't realized this yet, but I don't work for you.
True. Uh-oh. Watch probably like, this shit again. Somebody holding my neck, holding me over a ledge.
You think you're so clever, don't you, Arthur?
Salem sent you to bring me back.
Salem isn't here right now. But I think we can still come up with a plan while she's pulling herself together.
Maybe.
First, I'm gonna watch you plummet to an unremarkable end. And
Why
then
would
I'm
he do
gonna
it?
burn a path directly to the vault, where I will wait to tear that magical puppet to pieces. And take
Is Cinder really gonna kill Watts? I don't think so. Yeah, I'm with Watts. Like, what are you talking about, Cinder, you dumbass?
Of course you are, because that's just what you do, isn't it? And how has that worked out for you? You stormed into Freya's room thinking you could take on Ironwood's top fighter and War Machine. But you couldn't. And that machine became the Winter Maiden. Oh, and let's not forget to deal with Raven Brown.
Is this just the volume where, like, all the villains roast Cinder? Like, Tyrion's roasting her, Salem's roasting her, now Watts is roasting her.
Such a miserable idea.
That was you.
Wait.
Yeah. Yeah, I did, yeah.
But you pushed ahead and you lost it when all you had to do was your job. You think you're entitled to everything just because you suffered, but suffering isn't enough. You can't just be strong, you have to be smart. You can't just be deserving, you have to be worthy. But all you have ever been is a bloody migraine.
Watts is the fandom right now. Like, oh my god. Dude, that speech. And here I thought I couldn't like Watts more. Yeah, Cinder, you should sit down and think about that. Everything he said. Fact. Fucking facts. Oh, is she crying? I mean, yeah, like, what does she have to say in defense of herself? Because she's got nothing. That whale's still decaying. Oh, yeah, obviously they're all fine.
Blake?
Yang, are you okay? Where are you?
Well, I was inside this big-ass whale, and then Oscar blew it the fuck up.
Is everyone there all right?
Oh, yeah, I wonder if Hazel's...
We're alive.
I'm pretty sure Hazel's
This'll
dead.
help, though. Guys, they're okay.
What do we do about her?
Take her with.
Hazel?
I'm sending you a map.
Her hands look
You're in an
weird.
agricultural area.
That was a weird angle for her hand. Like, they look blocky and...
Subway tunnel. Then follow the route I've drawn for you.
Got it. We'll see you soon.
Okay, so
You
I guess,
can't be
yeah,
serious.
the groups are reuniting
You want us
because
to
we've
work
got
with her?
Oscar.
I'm just saying it makes the most sense. We're all enemies of Salem, including her.
Yeah.
No, I'm with Blondie. You don't like me, I don't like you. So how about
You don't
we
have
just
to like
part
each
ways
other.
And you never have to see me again.
You're not going
Actually, if
anywhere.
Amber wanted to get away,
Not
she
sure
could.
what
All she would have to
We
do is
can't
use her
let all of
illusion.
our
If
actions
she could
stem
fucking
from
fool
fear.
Salem,
If she could help us, I think we should.
then she could easily, like, fool the rest of
She
them.
is part of the reason I have this. I'm not
Unless she has to be
going just
looking at them
forgive
to
her.
do it.
Everything that happened at Beacon, she lied to us, tricked us. She
Purple.
is dangerous.
You don't have to forgive
I had
her.
a guess.
You have every
Purple.
reason to feel that way. Just
Sorrow and
maybe
anger? Maybe
give her a
frustration?
second
Because I'm thinking,
chance.
like, red plus blue
We've already
equals
gotten
purple.
quite a bit of help today from someone we don't exactly trust right now.
Do you mean Osbin?
I thought he was referring to Emerald there. But yeah, Oscar's, like,
I had a
on the
feeling.
ball.
Wait,
Oz
what?
is back?
I know how you feel, but he saved my life. And when we were tortured, he took it. So I wouldn't have to.
I thought Wait, how does that make sense, though? Because you're in the
He
same
entrusted me
body.
with this, and the massive
So you
amount
should
of
feel the
power
same
he has
exhaustion.
stored up in it.
Like, at the very least, you
Kinetic
should feel
energy
sore.
that he
I
spent
guess if you're feeling
lifetime
sore, you
after
weren't
lifetime
feeling the
accumulating
initial
in the
pain.
cane he built.
So that's how you did that? Using all of the stored up power.
Not all, but most.
But yeah, that makes sense why the cane's so
we have to
valuable.
be careful with how we use the rest. He trusted my
Store some
judgment,
more.
and it saved
Figure
us.
out how to do that.
I want to reciprocate.
But yeah, I'm
that
assuming he
trust.
used,
There's
like,
a lot
a
to sort out.
fuck ton. Because he said most of it, so I'm assuming, like,
Oz
60%
really
at
wants to
least.
help.
More than half.
Thank you, Oscar.
Yeah, it's good to see Osmond get a little bit of redemption. Baby crying. Oh yeah, that's right. All the Elysian people are in the fucking or not sewers, the subway. It's like random baby crying. What the fuck? Well, imagine if they had a baby Grimm. Like, it's like a top, like, I mean, Rooster Teeth wouldn't go that fucking dark, but I was thinking of those fucking, like,
All of
baby
Atlas
necromorphs from the first 2 Dead Spaces. And of course, Dead Space 3, they had to be fucking dogs, because, you know, we can't be killing the babies. Even though it's a freaking alien. Like, it's not a human anymore, it's a freaking alien.
I've seen what you can do, Emerald.
Series 3 really did fuck up the series.
We could really use
I mean,
someone
EA
like
fucked up
you.
the series, but yeah. I'm kind of sad we're not going to get a Dead Space. Then again, though,
It's about time.
Dead Space 4 would
Well, we
probably
dealt
just be
a
like live
decisive blow to
service and
Salem
all other
today.
bullshit.
Actually, that wasn't our payload, sir. I brought it back with us.
Then who could have?
Ospen.
But you still have it.
Maybe Iron Man will have a
This may
turnabout.
be useful.
For what?
Penny still hasn't come to the vault, meaning Watts was either incompetent or he betrayed us. At this point, we'll never know.
Why would you trust Watts in the
Cinderfall's
first place,
attack
you
command
fucking idiot?
and escaped with him.
Oh my god.
And that's not all we've lost.
Crow and Robin escaped.
Sir?
The jailbirds are now free birds.
Crow and Robin have also escaped.
Yeah, I figured Harriet would be pissed about that. When is she not pissed
Salem's
off? Like,
creature
that's
was
kind of her
destroyed. That
her
doesn't mean
fucking
we've
motto.
stopped her. She will return, and she will throw everything she has at us until there is nothing left. And we are perilously close to that already.
Doesn't that make lifting off Atlas
I need
kind of pointless
the
because she's
Winter
on
Maiden
Atlas?
Now. It's the only way Atlas can survive. Schnee, bring me Ark, Ren, and Xiaolong.
About that.
What for, sir?
I had Crow in my hands, and I didn't do what needed to be done. I will not make that mistake again.
What? What, you talking about killing him?
I know. I'm ashamed I didn't think of it earlier. Leveraging the lives of her friends. It's the only way to make Penny listen to reason.
Well, I don't think Penny particularly cares about
Sir.
Crow.
I'm sorry, but we don't have them. Operative Schnee let them go.
Well, by proxy, you let them go too.
What?
Winter allowed them to go on board the creature to rescue their friend. And they never came
Context
back.
being that Jean was like, hey, we'll go ahead of you to investigate and basically scout for you. Like, by proxy, the Aesops are also complicit in this because they let it happen.
Now I have nothing!
Calm down, dude. For a military leader, that was kind of a stupid thing to do.
Sir, we are detecting non-military ships on radar. Dozens of them.
Oh,
Whose
the
ships?
fucking ships that Whitley called.
They appear to be
Yeah.
Dust Company freighters, sir. They're heading straight for Mantle.
Okay, hopefully that... fucking turn Ironwood its fucking dumbass around,
Nice.
please.
I see. They're trying to save Mantle.
And the sky is blue. What's your point?
This has always been about Mantle, hasn't it? I need to make a call.
Are you gonna call, like, Ruby and Co? I don't know if he's gonna call Watts. Why would he call Watts? He has no reason to... Your boss won't say dead, but you will without the... She's got a little covering her mouth.
Did someone survive?
Now Neo's roasting Cinder. If you want her name, you know what you owe me. Okay, so Neo's, like, off on her own. Yeah, I just forgot, like, these two have not been around each other for, shit, since, what, episode 2? No, episode 1.
I missed you too.
Like, I mean, for us, it's been, like, what, 4 or 5 months? For them, it's been 2 days. What's happened in these last, well, 2 days in terms of the volume? Why is... Alright, Bumblebee shippers, calm down. I can hear you screaming in the background. Okay, I straight up thought they were gonna, like, mwah. By the way, I don't have a problem with shippers. Actually, I'll get into that
Oscar,
after the episode. Oh, you got cockblocked by Emerald.
No, she's okay.
Or hug
I
blocked,
can-
I should say.
kids! The cargo ships you sent just made it, but they're not alone!
Uh-oh, what now?
What are you talking about?
More Grim?
Everyone into the mine!
What the fuck?
Were those?
Like, I'm like, my ears, my cat ears, my more sensitive ears.
This is an emergency CCT broadcast.
Yeah, what the fuck's going on? Oh, Ironwood, why though?
What's going on? Those ships. They were
Okay,
going to save people.
why?
I have always promised to defend this kingdom, its technology, its
The
future,
lighting in this is really good.
from those who would see it destroyed. Our enemy is crippled, but one individual still denies Atlas its salvation.
Ruby?
Protector of Mantle.
Oh, Penny.
Penny, wherever you and your friends are, I need you all to listen.
Oh, is he going to execute
I
Winter?
know how much Mantle means to you, so I'm going to give you a choice. You can bring yourself to Atlas
Wait, no, if he's going to
Academy
execute Winter, why is he
and do
destroying...
your duty. Help
He's
me
destroying
save as much of
Mantle,
Atlas
or
as I
destroying the
can,
ships going to Mantle.
and Mantle will be left to fend for itself. Or you can all watch as I destroy it.
The fuck?
I have one bomb.
They're making Ironwood
That's
into
all
a
it will take.
terrorist.
If there is no Mantle, then there is no reason for you not to work with me.
Okay, this is stupid.
Neither of us want it to come to that, but one of us is willing to do it.
This is
If anyone
stupid. I'm
tries
sorry.
anything
This
other
is so
than what
fucking
I've ordered.
stupid. Like,
Mantle is gone.
You have 1 hour to respond. I hope you live up to the title I gave you.
I was loving this episode up until that final speech. Written by Kiersey and Miles Luna. Okay, huh. Like, so, okay, we'll start from the beginning. So we had Oscar nuke Monstra. Monstra's dead. Salem's down for the count, and Hazel is presumably dead. I'm like 99.9% sure Hazel's dead. And like I said, the piano orchestra reminded me of Mass Effect 3's ending, where Shepard presses the button to destroy the Reapers, and then that big like EMP shockwave shoots out, and like all the Reapers just shut down. Then of course, all of them survived. You know, Oscar, Emerald, all of them, and Emerald's kind of semi-unwillingly working with Yang and Co. Like Yang and Yang and Jean like did not trust her. They don't trust her. Ren's kind of like, you know, maybe give her a shot because she's scared like we all are. And then Oscar's just trying to like bring everybody to the table, being like, listen, we are desperate. We need allies, and Emerald is willing to work with us. Try to give her a second. Like, you don't have to forgive her for what she did, but you can trust her, or not trust her. Bleh. You can work with her. Like, you have a common goal, work towards that common goal, and then go your own separate way. So yeah, that was fine and all. Watts just like shot straight up through the list of characters as potentially my favorite. Like, of the villains, he has been one of my favorites since he was first introduced. Like, we didn't get much of him in Volume 4, but I kind of liked, like, Gristabat was voiced, so I was like, I expect great things from this guy. And then we got that in Volume 5 and Volume 7. Like, Watts was just start to finish on point on everything. He's been consistently good. People were kind of about Tyrion in Volume 4. I was behind him from the get-go, but I was kind of a little bit smidge annoyed with his Joker impression in Volume 7. I was like, are they trying to make him sound like Mark Hamill's Joker? Like, if so, okay, but... because the characters are kind of similar. They're agents of chaos. They just want to see the world burn. I get it. Fine. But it just irked me a little bit, but it didn't make me think less of the character. Even though, and like I said, I've said it multiple times about my feelings on Volume 7, Episode 12 with the Clover Tyrion Crow thing. So I'll spare you guys me repeating that shit over and over again. Over and over again, just like Hazel. Haha. But Anyways, yeah, that rant that Watts threw at Cinder, like giving her basically fact checking all of her fucking failures. You went against the plan at Haven. Guess what happened? You went at Freya and you lost, and Penny got the maiden powers, and you went at Penny again and you still lost. So you're just doing the same shit that you've been doing since the beginning, and you haven't learned your fucking lesson, and that's why you're such a I think he called her like a bloody pain in the ass because you constantly fuck up because you don't do what you should do. You just keep doing what you like you act like you're entitled to things, but you don't earn them. I'm like, yes, the Phantom has been screaming about this shit for fuck since volume goddamn 5, I think. Like, and Cinder might actually take that to heart and be like, maybe he's right. And Watts seemed like he was genuinely trying to coach her to do the right thing in Volume 5 and right now. Otherwise, why would he bother? I mean, I think he was like kind of like he was just kind of like saying like, okay, if you're gonna kill me, I'm gonna spit facts at you, so that way I don't die ashamed of like I don't die like being a coward or whatever. Like he was like, you know what, Cinder, fuck you. Here's why you're stupid. Here's why you're incompetent. And here's why you're a pain in the ass. So if you know what, you want to kill me, fucking go for it. At least I don't have to deal with your ass anymore. But she pulled him back and sat down and was like, he got to her. He broke her. Like her mind is just like done. She is done. She can now reflect on her fuck ups and maybe learn from them and become a more imposing threat to the main cast, or maybe she'll have a turnabout like Emerald. Maybe she'll realize that Emerald was somebody that was trying to help her in the same capacity to a certain extent, but we'll fucking see. But anyways, Chris Sabat nailed that fucking scene. That was great. Good to see Cinder being all smug and cocky and being like, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get the power because it's mine. And Watch be like, nah, bitch. Nah, bitch. Shut up. Go fuck yourself. You fucking failure, you're a disappointment. Why am I sounding like a fucking New Jersey person? Uh, anyways, concerning Watts, I think it's supposed to be English because he said bloody, and I'm assuming it's British. But yeah, yeah, because I'm thinking here now. When it came to Watson, like Ironwood's like either Watts was incompetent or he betrayed us. What do you think, dumb dick? You really trusted this fucker? Like, you had him at gunpoint, so yeah, he'll cooperate to a point, but he had an ulterior motive for doing what he was doing. And actually, now that I think about it, the villains have kind of indirectly kind of fucked each other because Cinder's been going off on her own, Neo's going off on her own, Watts went off on his own when he told Penny to open the vault and then self-terminate. So he was technically abiding by Salem's agenda, but he was fucking over Cinder. And I guess yeah, because if Penny opens the vault, then there's no need for the Winter Maiden. Kind of like how they don't need to fuck with Raven anymore because, well, they didn't need to fuck with Raven anymore because they had the lamp. But they don't have the lamp anymore. Neo has it, and Neo's like, hey, Cinder, if you want it, you owe me shit. Like, Neo's just done. She is just fucking done. She's like, listen, I came here with a purpose. That is to fucking avenge my, I guess her boss. Like, I don't know the exact relationship between Neo and Roman other than, like, associates. Friends, obviously, because Neo cared about Roman. She blamed Cinder at first, but now she blames Ruby. I'm wondering now, because she has the lamp, if Ruby would reach out to, like, if Neo and Cinder just beat the shit out of her, and then, like, Ruby reveals, like, Roman died because, because a Grimm, like, walked in and, like, ate him. Like, it wasn't Ruby's fault that he died. It was technically his own fault, and by proxy, it was Sale's fault because she's the master of all Grimm, and Roman obviously was not a factor in her plans. Like, I don't even think she knows that Roman existed. I think she was more of a, like, he was even a pawn to Cinder. Like, even Tyrion said, like, yeah, he's a fucking pawn. I think it was in Volume 4 where Ruby was like, what is this about Roman Torchwick, the White Fang, or whatever the fuck she said? And Tyrion was all like, plastic soldiers and pawns. Or, and the only reason I remember all this shit is because all the reactions I watch. I cannot rewatch this series by myself. I just watch everybody's reaction to the series, and then you watch it so many times, it just becomes ingrained into your brain, some of the shit that's said. But yeah, like, as far as the Ironwood thing goes, that's the other main thing that happened this episode. Here's what I was thinking. Like, all right, here's how I think I would have framed it. Because Winter did what she did and Ironwood said, like, now I have nothing. I don't have anything now. What I think he should have done is like looked at Winter and be like, no, maybe actually I do have something now. And he could use Winter as a hostage to get to Weiss and Penny. Weiss and Penny, because he could say like, okay, here's what I need you to do. Give me Penny, and in return, I will not shoot down the ships that are, carrying people away from Mantle, and I will not execute Winter. So he's got two hot. He's basically like saying, listen, Salem's down for the count, but I'm in control now. Do what I say, or shit's gonna go down south. Now, yeah, you can argue that, like Salem, like I'm thinking this as well, is that Salem could, like, she's on Atlas. So whenever she reforms, she's going to be on Atlas. So actually, him raising Atlas into the sky is a pointless endeavor, anyways. But I guess I don't necessarily. I guess necessarily he doesn't know that Salem was in the whale. He just knows that a big ass whale landed and it was shitting out Grimm left, right, and center. And if I remember correctly, it wiped out like half their force because I remember him looking at the screen. There were like grayed out images of like mechs and ships and whatnot, and like half of them were gone. So Atlas has lost 50% of its overall military strength. And of course, we did see all those dead bodies in episode 9. But I feel like the writers are telling us how to feel about Ironwood rather than letting the audience think for themselves, and they're betraying Ironwood's character. I forgot I had Facebook open. They're betraying Ironwood's character here because it's making Ironwood into a fucking idiot. Because think about it, like some of the Elysian soldiers had to have come from Mantle so they could have money to provide for their families. Okay, let me close Facebook because that's getting fucking annoying. Like, holy hell. Anyways, fuck, I lost my train of thought. But yeah, like, okay, yeah, the soldiers had to have had like families and friends in Mantle. So obviously you're gonna have them mutinying against this. You're gonna have the people that you brought from Mantle to Atlas. They're gonna be against it. So this plant, like, even in Ironwood's like paranoid, I'm fucking scared mentality, this makes no fucking sense. Because what he's basically saying is like, I will resort to terrorism if you don't do what I want. Like, it's so fucking petty, and it just doesn't make sense to me. For his character, it does not make sense. Like, if it was Leo, maybe, but I don't know. It does not jive with me. I feel like they're forcing a narrative here. Like, they're like Ironwood could, like, all right, like, think about the Marines in One Piece. Like, here's an example: the Marines in One Piece. Some of them are shitty people, like Aka Inu, and there's a couple others that are shitty. But then you have ones like Isho and Smoker, who are good people who see that, like, Luffy, even though he's a pirate, even though he's a lawbreaker, he's still a good dude. Because in the War of Marineford, even Smoker, who's kind of a hard ass, very to the point, very businesslike. When Whitebeard and Ace were done and dealt with, like when the war was pretty much done and over, and the Marines were still massacring people, Smoker was like, "Yeah, this ain't right. We should not. This is not what we should stand for. We should just let these fuckers go because we did what we needed to do. The people that we needed to kill are dead. These guys have lost all will to do anything. They're running. They're trying to survive. Massacring them just makes us look as bad as them." And even I think her name's Tashigi. Even she was thinking that. And then it took Kobe, who's also a Marine. Like, he stepped in and was like, "Stop this shit! Stop this shit!" And then of course, Akaino was going to kill him. And then Shank shows up and is just like, nah, fam, nah, fuck out of here with this shit. And he brings it into the war because people are fucking terrified of Shanks, and we still don't know why. But Shanks is amazing like that. But like, if you're gonna have Ironwood be like this, you gotta be consistent with his character. This is not consistent with his character. Because he should feel more relief than fear, because Salem's whale is gone. It's dead. Which means the Grimm that it was shitting out are also dead. Like, literally, Oscar gave them a second chance. And then Ironwood's still like, it's all about Mantle. Well, fuck you. I have a bomb. I will use it if you do not bring Penny to me. It's like, hey, dumbass. Or not hey, dumbass, but like Ruby and them could be like, or no, Yang could be like, Salem was on the whale, and if she's going to rematerialize, she'll rematerialize where the whale is, or where the whale's target is, meaning even if you lift your asses up into into the fucking sky, Salem's there. Like, it's completely pointless to be against Team RWBY. Now, you need them to work with you to get what you need done. You need to get Salem off of Atlas, and then you can be like, okay, how do we lift this shit up? So I'm sorry, like, my mind's just like trying to process all these scenarios, but the one that made the most sense to me was holding Winter as a hostage, because that would get to Weiss, who was using the ship. Well, it was Whitley, but in his mind he was thinking it was Weiss that thought of that, not Whitley. Excuse me. It would get to her, and it would get to Penny, because Penny gives a shit about Winter, and Penny was even I think it was episode. It was either 2 or 3 where she's like, I don't like when friends fight, and she was referring to Ironwood and Winter. She would do that, and I think Ruby would be like, okay, let's go there. We'll go there, but we'll get Winter out, and then we'll freaking get the ships loaded with Mantle's people, and we'll fly the fuck back to, I don't know, Anima or some shit, or we'll fly to Vacuo or something to that effect, and then leave, and then Ironwood and them can deal with whatever's going on here. Like, it sucks that we're leaving the Elysians behind, but we're saving who we can, or at least we can get the people of Mantle to safety. Have them fly to Argus or whatever the hell that city was where they came from in Volume 6. Like, say, hey, fly there, they'll keep you safe, and then we'll try to help save what's remaining in Atlas. Like, that to me would make more sense, but instead they've got Ironwood going, like, I wouldn't even say full-blown villain, just full-blown idiot. Like, there is no fucking way you can convince me that people are going to still back this asshole when he's saying he's going to bomb something, when he's going to bomb a fucking entire city. And, like, he broadcasts it to everybody. Like, the dude has no subtlety anymore. He has no logic. He's a fucking idiot. And he was the one that, like, made Volume 7 so fucking, or one of the people that made Volume 7 so fucking interesting. But now I'm just like, this writing is dog shit. This is not what the Ironwood that I was imagining would do. This is not what Ironwood from Volume 7 would do. This isn't what Ironwood from Volume 4 would do, or Volume 3, or Volume 2. This was just simply stupid bad writing. It's the repeat of the stupid shit that Clover did in Volume 7. It is literally a repeat of that. It is a character making a decision that makes no fucking sense to their character or in general. The logistics, the logic behind it is so devoid of any semblance of existence that I'm actually kind of angry about it. Like, it's actually making me a little bit angry. I'm like, this is so fucking dumb. Aside from that, though, yeah, I've been going on for almost 40 minutes. But aside from that, though, the episode was great. The Cinder Watts scene, great. The Yang Emerald, Oscar, all that stuff, that was good. And the visuals were really good. And, like, the visuals with Ironwood giving his speech was good. But it would have been so fucking much better if he said that, like if he was giving his speech, you have the dim light on him, and then, like, behind him you have Winter in cuffs with, like, the Aesop standing next to her saying, like, give me Penny or Winter will die, and you have 1 hour to respond, or 1 hour to get here, wherever you are. Like, that, to me, because that would speak more to what the audience cares about. Like, the audience doesn't really relate to or care about the people of Mantle, aside from the Happy Huntresses or Fiona's uncle or whatever. Like, we don't know anybody from Mantle to really give a shit about them. Like, I mean, from a general moral perspective, sure, you care about the people because they're just citizens. They're just trying to survive. They're scared. We get it. But Winter is a character we want to live. She is a character we like. We are meant to like her. She has done things that have made us be like, I don't know. But it's been within character. Ironwood, not so much. They are making him a full-blown villain. He's even fucking scarier than Salem right now. And not in the right way, not in the way that it should be, but in a way that's just, it doesn't make fucking sense to me. And I remember having this conversation multiple times on like forums and chats and whatnot, that they realized they've put Ironwood, like, people were cheering for Ironwood, they were siding with Ironwood, and now they're making Ironwood just a despicable piece of shit. And I can't help but think that that's forced narrative. Like, they're forcing they want the audience to think a certain way rather than letting the audience form their own perspective and mentality. And that's the beauty of shows like One Piece. If you want to get even more intricate, Game of Thrones, because there are positives and negatives to, like, literally every character aside from, I don't know, like Joffrey and Ramsay. Like, those are the only 2 characters that have, like, no positives or negatives to them. And then, of course, there's a couple others, but the main characters had nuance and gray areas to them. Like, nobody was perfect. Nobody was a star-spangled sweetheart with a heart of gold and whatnot. But I think you guys get my point. Like, they've done Ironwood fucking dirty this volume. And Yeah, there's no coming back from him. They could have kept him in that moral gray area where he's an antagonist, but not necessarily a villain, because that's what the Marines are in One Piece. That's what. Trying to think, actually, in Game of Thrones, like that, there's too much nuance to really simplify like who was the real moral gray. But you had people with different interests and whatnot, and you have that in Ruby, and like there's tangible conflict of interest between the characters that are on the same side. And that's why I'm like, why are they doing this shit with Iron? Why are they making him such an asshole, such a villain, such a detestable piece of shit? When you could have kept you could have kept the nuance. You could have people having thoughtful fucking discussions about who was right between Team Ruby and Ironwood, and you had that in Volume 7. And even with him shooting Sleet, which I still thought was a dick move, that wasn't necessarily the evilest thing he could fucking do. But now he's threatening to blow up a fucking city. Like, nobody's gonna side with that. Nobody's gonna sign on to that and say Ironwood's making the right decision here. Like, he's being a petty bitch. Like, you've destroyed any thoughtful conversation that can be had between the disagreements between Team Ruby and Ironwood on how to beat Salem. You've completely fucked that right now. Like, there is no conversation to be had because Ironwood's simply a bad person now. He's a bad guy. You're supposed to hate him. So yeah, whoever thought this was a good idea, nah, it's destroyed thoughtful conversations that could be had about Ironwood's character, and Ironwood's full blown villain. Like, he's willing to do about as much damage as Cinder and Co did to frickin' Beacon, or not Beacon, but Vale. I think that's the name of the kingdom, where they basically unleashed the Grim on a city. But now you've got Ironwood saying, "Yeah, I'm gonna blow up a city if you don't do what I want," and it's like, the fuck, dude. Like, and if fuck it, like if Harriet sides with him, fine, whatever, sure, fine, cool. But if any of these other people side with him, it's like, yeah, you're a fucking idiot. If you're gonna stand by and let this dude blow up an entire city and its people and not do anything about it, then you're just as guilty because like you're watching evil happen and you're not doing anything about it. So you're complicit. Which is also another point that I wanted to bring up, and I think I said it when Harriet like threw Winter under the bus. Like she let Winter do that. She let that happen. So did Meryl. So did Elm. So did Vine. So they're complicit because they let it happen. They didn't stop Winter. They didn't see a superior acting out of orders and step in, because in the military, if you see a superior doing shit like that, or if they're acting against specific orders or unlawfully doing bad shit, subordinates can step in and be like, nah, not about that. So Harriet was within her right to stop that, but obviously Kirby didn't want to go there. I don't know. There's so many holes you can like poke into this shit right now. But then again, Ruby's never had, like, it's had good writing, it's had good moments, it's had good episodes where shit's really good, and this volume so far has been really good. But it just had its fucking volume 7 episode 12 moment here, because I know Ironwood's banking on their compassion, but like he's willing to blow up a city. Like that's the part that gets me. Like, he doesn't want to, but he's willing to. And if it's because of his fucking semblance, get the fuck out of here, because that semblance is so stupid. I don't even think I know a single person that thinks that semblance was a good idea. Like, and hell, it's not even in the main series. It hasn't even mentioned in the main series. It was mentioned at like some panel or whatever. So it's not even canon in my eyes. But whatever. I've rambled on. I'll probably make another video about this that I'll upload like later on into the week if I have time, because I got shit I got to do this week. But anyways, if you've stuck around up to this point, I appreciate it. And then I will see you all for episode 11. So we got 4 more to go until we're done with this volume. Volume's been great so far, but it's had a couple of stumbles, and this was a very, very big, probably the biggest stumble overall. But anyway, I enjoy the episode overall. I just don't agree with what they're doing with Ironwood right now. So anyways, see you all next time for whatever video I upload next.